The two of you are empathic. You're peaceful. You truly, whether you guys are binge watching a Netflix series or you're going on some crazy adventure rock climbing together, the two of you truly are each other's best friend.
One thing about Kourtney is she always ends a phone call or a text with the words, "Love you more." And if you know me, you know that I'm super competitive. And I'm not gonna turn this into an argument of all the reasons why I love you more.
Fun fact, Bobby is surprisingly good at picking locks. I tell him about my predicament. I'm showing around the lab where I work. So he goes, "Oh, lost your key, huh?" Walks over, pulls out this gadget from his pocket and proceeds to unlock every single lock that was locked. So thank you, Bobby, for doing that. I really appreciate that.
I remember Kourtney being a little nervous for her first online date. And at the time, Kourtney lived in Denver, and Bobby told Kourtney that he was going to be in Denver to pick up his dad. Kourtney felt less pressure, and he drove 1.5 hours to Denver just to see her. And the second time I met Bobby, the three of us went camping together, and Bobby provided the tents, and there was supposed to be a thunderstorm that weekend. And Kourtney and Bobby's tent stayed dry, and by the end of the night, my tent was soaking wet.
You two have journeyed well. You've struggled well, you've adventured well to get to where you are today. And for that, I'm so proud of you guys. And I love your story of how you came to this space that you are in right now. You two just hit it off, and it wasn't sparks flying, but it was true safety. It was friendship, it was connection. That led to a second date and then a third, and before you guys know it, you truly were getting serious with one another. And I love just the authenticity that both of you have through fun and through the honeymoon period. Today, you walk forward with a new step that says, I not only love you because, I love you in spite. I love you in spite of who you are not yet. And I choose you still. It is the greatest act of unconditional love, the love of the will. The vows that you two are going to take this evening are predicated on that ahava love, the choosing of one another no matter what.
Kourtney, I love you. You are my best friend. Today, I give myself to you in marriage.
Bobby, I love you. You are my best friend. Today, I give myself to you in marriage.
I promise to encourage and respect you, to laugh with you and to comfort you in times of sorrow and struggle.
I promise to love you when life is easy and when it's hard, when our love is simple and when it takes work.
I promise to cherish you, to always hold you in the highest regard. These things I give to you today, from this day forward. Kourtney, I give you this ring.
Bobby, I give you this ring.
As a symbol of my love and commitment to you.
With this ring, I join my life with yours forever.
Bobby and Kourtney, for as much as the two of you have just communicated the most important words you could ever share to another human being before God and your family and friends who love you and adore you and support you, I now have the honor of pronouncing you as husband and wife. And so, Bobby, you may kiss your bride.
Bobby grew up, and he grew up really, really fast. And he began ticking off these absolutely incredible accomplishments year after year. Climbing these mountains, doing all the special forces stuff, just unbelievable stuff people only can dream of doing in a lifetime. And what's the most impressive of all these things you did, Bobby? It was meeting Kourtney, obviously. Who, by the way, is so kind and positive and thoughtful. Kourtney, has been an absolute privilege welcoming you to the Heron family.
My best friend, an apologetic text, he says to call.
I loved you before you loved me. I got to love you before anyone else. I loved you first when you stole every book out of my room and hid them under your bed. I loved you first when I helped you pick out an outfit for your first dance in 5th grade. I loved you first when you moved across the world to first become a Buddhist monk, and then a chef, and then a rock climber. And then you moved to Colorado and you met Bobby on your first ever online date, which is extremely impressive statistically.
I wanna stay right here, chilling with my friends for another year. I would walk away from the spotlight for the good life. Oh, come on.
I got to witness it last Christmas. They decided to make mousse for us. Bobby's got this big bowl. He's whipping these eggs. Kourtney's melted the chocolate to the perfect temperature, pouring it in. Kourtney was like, hey, Bobby, pass the knife. And Bobby goes, yes, chef. And that's when I knew you guys were going to be just fine.
Thank you to both of our families, not just for today, but for raising us, guiding us, and letting us out into the world long enough to find each other.
And even though we want you to have the greatest times of life tonight, when you drink, it hits you a lot harder at altitude. So just beware, but have fun.
My sister had found someone who is just as loving as she is, and I'm excited to have Bobby be a part of the family. And now we can argue over who loves you more, but just know I'll always have loved you first.
Oh,